welcome back to another video. It's Manga Fairy. So today's video is a lot different than what I usually do. Usually I review manga, hence why my name is Manga Fairy, but I thought I should switch it up and try to do an anime review since Fairy Tail Season 3 hit, and it's a couple episodes in. I was really unsure if I should do it or not, but I eventually decided to do it because it's starting to heat up and I know that some intense battles are coming, and I do want to know how the final arc is going to be portrayed in this final season because the final arc was a little bit lackluster in the manga, so I don't know how they're gonna make it feel through animation, you know what I mean? Alright, but this is a very last minute setup, so I'm really apologize. Maybe once I get the hang of things I'll really try to do something else with it, so I apologize. This is brand new to me. Usually I do manga reviews. I'll link a playlist to all of my other videos in the description below. I review a ton of different mangas. So, getting into this, what I usually do for my manga reviews is I have a rating system. I'll put a rating system in this first video just to try it out. I want you guys to rate on a scale of 1 to 5 whether you like the anime or the chapter that the episode is portraying better. So do you like the anime or the manga better, basically. It'll be in the icon in the top right hand corner, and it's just something that me and my subscribers do just to see what the feedback is in real time. So the way I think this video is going to go is that I'm going to be watching, I'm going to speed it up, I'm going to put some cool jams on for you guys, and then at really interesting parts or parts that I want to discuss, I'll stop it, I'll discuss, ask you guys maybe some questions, and then continue. And that's basically what this video is going to be. I cannot put the show on the screen because I will definitely get copyright strike. For the certain scenes that I might want to discuss, I'll maybe put the panel of the manga on there for descriptions. I know that a lot of people don't really do that, and I want you guys to have the context. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So if it doesn't come out as good, I'll try to get better as I go. This is the first time I'm doing this. So with that all out of the way, let's get into the video. Okay, stop. One thing I should probably mention is that I am sick. I'm actually quite sick. So if you see me dying, I'm not actually dying. I'm okay. I might cough a lot. I might, yeah, just thought you should know. Continue. Okay, one thing I do want to mention is that this is still the recap. The way Erza's drawn is so good. I just loved that part in the manga where they're like, wait, who is this? And then it showed the panel with Erza. That was such a beautifully drawn scene, and it had this weird effect on me. It had only been a couple chapters since we've been away from Erza, but it really did feel like a year. And you know, it's been a long time since the Fairy Tail anime has come back, so I'm almost having that same feeling again. Let me know if you guys experience the same thing. Continue. Okay, stop. Ugh, that intro gives me so many feelings, such big feelings. I'm not gonna lie, the first time that I saw it and heard it, I was a little bit underwhelmed. Because Fairy Tail has had some amazing openings and amazing outros too, but this one seemed a little bit downbeat but upbeat. It was so weird. But then I watched it again and again, and then I started to realize that this is gonna be the last season. And the way that they made me feel during this intro was amazing. It really felt like this is kind of the ending. I don't know. There's something about it, and just the last note just gets me. Let me know if you guys like it. I know some people don't, so express your opinions on the intro in the comment section below. Let's continue. Another thing that I want to mention is that I read the chapters pertaining to this episode right before I watched this, and it is so amazing to see how they've captured every single panel and put it into the animation. It's not just random pictures of the characters, they're straight from the panel, but they add in that animation that just makes it sometimes even more powerful than just the manga itself. Sometimes they do fall flat, I'm not gonna lie. Not all anime is the best compared to the manga, but so far they're doing a really amazing job. That's one change. The cats that they're riding on are supposed to be like leopards, like big strong leopards that they ride, and this one they changed it into just dull cats, so there is no print on them. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, who decides these things? Like, maybe it was taking too long to send it out, don't produce that. It's just interesting how they make little changes here and there. And it was like one of the last episodes that, oh yeah, when Natsu shouted like, "Gray, come out!" and Lucy came up to him. In the anime, she had like scared, like her eyes, I don't even know how to explain it, her eyes were like scared, so her eyebrows were going down. But in the manga, she was really upset and like she was angry. Like, the tiny little changes they make, I wonder why they do that. Okay, here's my problem with just this part of the storyline in the manga as well. Juvia is so dedicated to Gray that even if they would have told her, like, there would have been no negative side to telling her. I get that she's really attached to him, but like, if she knew that this was really important to him, especially since she's the one that ended Silver, she would let him go on his own, and I'm sure that she would like keep it secret. Like, people could torture Juvia and she's never gonna spill the beans on Gray ever. So that's one thing that I didn't understand in the manga. Let me know if you guys liked that plot point. Personally, I feel like it was just a tug on the emotions for Juvia, and it really messed me up because Juvia was such in a bad place. So that's my opinions on that. Okay, I'm pausing right here. So in the manga, when Gray apologizes, he ends up having a slight blush. Sometimes they don't include that in the anime. I see Lucy has it right now, so let's see if Gray has it. Yes, he did. Okay, yeah, he had it. All the Lucy and Gray shippers are quaking right now. And then Natsu comes in with the cock block just coming in between. Sorry. I just always thought that was funny. Like, they're having a moment and then Natsu's like, okay, let's go. Just seeing Rare right now makes me think of Fairy Tail 100 Requests and her relation to Toka, and I'm trying to pick up on something right now because these are all the chapters with her translated into an anime. So I'm trying to pick up on some connection, and it's driving me absolutely insane trying to figure out how Toka knows this girl. Sorry, that's like off the... Read Fairy Tail 100 Requests. Okay, I'm gonna pause Salt Shaker for eyes for a second. I think the animation studio has gotten so much better at details for like background characters. Before, in the first season, it was so bad. Like, they were copy pasted, barely had any facial features, but now it's a lot better, and they're starting to get some detail in there, which I can definitely appreciate. Okay, whether you like Natsu or not, you have to admit, when he starts the fight, it's incredible. Because he just shot up a firewall. He's like, nah. And he's just smiling. He's like, whatever. Like, it's just so cool, you know? Like, just cool. Like, ugh. Okay. 3 of them. Since when has that ever been an issue for them? Oh, this is my favorite part. An enemy is attacking from the back. It's only one person. What do you think Erza's horse thinks of this mad lad on his back? Like, the horse is just like, I did not sign up for this shit. Okay, I just have to say that I love seeing Lucy use the Earth Wave, Tara's form, spell, move, whatever, because she took out 11 guys. Like, come on, like, I know Lucy's power is really low compared to the others, but that's pretty impressive. The next part messes me up because she just literally has someone stuck on her whip. So it's like, what the heck? Yeah, it's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is even Natsu? Like, forget the logic and physics or whatever. He can just run up, charge down, punch the ground, and it's just really cool. I mean, yes. Is it her exterior armor? Is that what it's called? I mean, okay, I went too far back, but that armor is so cool, and I think they did a great job of converting it. I do remember in the manga though, her hair was a lot more flowy, and it made it seem, and her face was a lot more detailed. It made it seem even more amazing. But I understand they're not going to get every single detail. It's just sometimes the manga just looks so much more like crisp and like impactful that I only wish that it can be translated into the anime to really get that effect. Another question about Erza's power. You guys ever wonder, like, if she fatally kills them, or does she just stab them in an area that's not gonna, like, how many people has Erza killed? Like, let's be real, like, her swords are always flying. Like, she has to have decapitated a couple people. Let me know if you guys know exactly what happens, because that's always been a thing of mine. Since she uses swords, it's kind of hard to just like Grey's magic, like just tire them out, like with the ice, like it just makes you sluggish, it just freezes you, you know? With hers, it's like, it's either deadly or like not, like, I don't know. Let me know. Okay, wait, that was a really cool scene right there when he breaks through her sword and she's just kind of like standing like this. Like, I think that's such a powerful stance in any like sort of movie, anything, to have them stand like this, and to see Erza do that was kind of like cool. Even though she was like surprised, it still looked really, really cool. Little details. Halfway point, she still looks like unfazed. Oh, I love that part. She's just like, my sword, and he's just waiting, like, yes, and then she's like, cuts without even being noticed. It's such a funny yet really cool thing to do. I don't know. Okay, the episode isn't close to being done, so I feel like we might have a certain character interject this fight between Brayer and Gray, and I'm living for it because I've been waiting to see this animated for the longest time. So let me know what you guys thought of this girl's power. I stopped it, I don't know her name yet, but the one that makes their intestines like sick and like make them shit themselves. Like, let me know what you guys thought of that power. I thought that it was interesting, but kind of, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm a big fan of seeing Wendy come in and like save the day. She's a really strong female character in the series, and I really appreciate that, and I can't wait to see how she is when she grows up, if we ever get to see that. It hasn't happened yet, but this is my favorite part in this, like, well, not my favorite part, but this is one of my favorite, like, comedic parts of this last arc. Where she's like, Brayer's like, and I fell a little bit in love with you, and he's just like, huh? And then there's this shadow, this shadow looming behind him just pops. Oh god, I love Juvia so much. Like, I know she can be irritating, but like, she's such a lovable character at the same time. I just love her. Oh my god. We didn't get to see that part in the manga, but like she just zooms past him and his hair's like a kind of cartoonish, and she just attacks. Like that's the beauty of animation. Like just seeing those little things just make it a lot more funny. Seeing Gray's progression through his emotions has been a little bit of a roller coaster. Usually you see him like knock it off, knock it off, knock it off, but for him to acknowledge that he was wrong in this and that he probably should have told her, and that he knows that she's feeling all of these things because she genuinely missed him and it had been a long time since they'd been together, then just seeing him handle it appropriately for once is great. I love that. I do ship Juvia, by the way. I mean, hasn't the ship already kind of sailed? I absolutely love Wendy's transition from regular Wendy to Dragon Force Wendy, and her entire demeanor changes and it gets so much more like Natsu-like, and I think that's like by purpose, by choice, by the author, because she's always idolized Natsu as a strong mage and a brother figure, and so when she gets this power up boost, it kind of, I think, internally reminds her of Natsu, and she wants to be more like him because now she can, and her whole face just looks a lot more like Natsu, and just her demeanor, and another thing that I really enjoy. They showed everyone but Natsu in that little montage there, so what's he up to? There he is, there he is! Big ol' explosion, just look for that. I've always loved that recurring scene where something really drastic happens and Natsu's just walking through the ash, approaching like a boss battle, I guess you could call it, and everyone's just like, what is that? Like, that has to be a monster, and it's just Natsu, you know? I always love that. I love the comparisons to Natsu to a monster from the very beginning. It's not anything new, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I mean, accurate. Okay, so the episode did end. I was watching the outro because I just thought it was so interesting how they highlight Lucy as actually the main character, and it's kind of just a repetition of her finding herself and finding the guild at the very end of it, which I think is really interesting because you get to see like Lucy really is the main heroine of the story. Natsu's just really the male lead. It all started with Lucy. Well, I mean, it started with Natsu too, but this is basically her story and how she entered the guild and how she made all these friends. So it's really interesting to see that, because a lot of the time I even get confused and I think that it is Natsu's story in its whole. But you know, a lot of people don't like Lucy, but she is basically the main character. So overall, I think that episode did an amazing job of capturing that fight. That fight is one of my favorite in the arc. I think I mentioned that. If not, it is one of my favorite in the arc, only because, not because it's it has the depth that the other fights have, but it's just a fun, good fight where we just get to see everyone fighting together alongside each other, because later in the story, I'm not going to get into it just in case any of you are strictly anime watchers, they kind of get split up and there's a lot more fighting with a lot more people. This is just an ode to the old fairy tale, really, and that's what I really like about it, and I think they did an amazing job. If I were to rate this from 1 to 5 on how much it correlates to the manga or how much I like it compared to the manga, I'm gonna say that it was a 4.5, because there's these certain things in the manga that you can't really capture in an anime that just make it so I don't even know how to describe it. It just makes it more emotional, or it almost gives you that chill while reading it. I don't know. I do think that they did an amazing job with other things. Like I said, like the little things that we can't get in a manga, they do amazing. But there's just a couple things in the crisp image of a drawing that can't be captured in an anime. And that's my opinion. That's what the poll's there for. Don't forget to participate, to any of you guys who might be new. I will try to get better at this, maybe try editing in a different way. I don't know, this is my first time. So please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell down below, because I make new videos every single week. Usually I do manga content, but if you enjoyed this, I will be making more anime videos every single week that it is released. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I always tell my subscribers to be safe, so even if you're not subscribed, be safe out there. It gets crazy during the holiday season, and I want to make sure everyone is okay. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!